Hey y'all, how y'all doing? I have just been notified that I have been laid off and my last day of work will be next month. Um, Here's the plan, okay? Step one, don't freak out, okay? I'm not gonna freak out. I'm gonna be a rational, normal adult, okay? Um, I will have medical coverage until August. So right now, what I'm doing is scheduling all my doctor's appointments, mammogram, teeth cleaning, eye exam, regular people visit, chiropractor. I'm going to get as much therapy as the Lord allows. Okay, um, I'm gonna call my doctor and see if he can get my meds in there and slide them in there for 90 days instead of 30. Okay, um, I gotta call all the appropriate people to see if there's a hardship waiver or some sort of I feel bad for you discount on things. I have already done my budgets to find out things that I could cut, things that I can reduce, things that I can go without.
Man, it's getting real out here, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Robert here, talking about layoffs, mass layoffs. Some folks are built to last, not taking lightly or laughing at anybody that has been through this situation, because I know it's a shock, it's traumatizing. But check out my people. They gonna show you today how to deal with being laid off from a proactive standpoint after taking that initial shock. One favor before we go forward, guys. Take a few seconds, hit the like, subscribe, and the notification bell so that you know when we drop content. I thank you in advance, and it really helps the channel.
Okay, so I already have a solid budget. I have a don't freak out, but it's time to freak out budget. And then I have a let's just be real budget. You know what I'm saying? I got several different line items that I could work with. ChatGPT, also known as my children's stepdaddy, help me to get down with my budget. Okay. The next thing I'm gonna do is to obviously apply for jobs. Okay. I'm applying for jobs. I'm well educated. I have a graduate degree. I have almost 20 years of experience. Um, and buku goddamn certifications. I'm a black woman. You know how we do, child. So I am gonna start applying for jobs. I'm gonna also use my children's stepdaddy to help me to do that. I have already applied for 4 today. I'm also keeping a spreadsheet of what I applied for, when, the job description, like a link to the thing and all that. I'm trying to be type A. I'm really not type A. I'm type C.
Couple of things that she's saying there. She's embracing the technology that's available to all of us. Chat GPT is the tool, but the large language models that are out here can really help mature, I'll say over 40 plus employees that may have been laid off, can help you not only be a stepdaddy, as she said, love the sense of humor, but to help do things quickly, to iterate and produce things that used to take a long time. So it's very important for you to embrace new things, especially if you're longer in the tooth. Change is hard for a lot of people. All right. Then she's documenting everything that she's doing. One of the things that I see in helping folks finance real estate, regardless if it's purchase, refinance, whatever, documentation is an issue for a lot of people. And it's the old adage: if it's not documented, it didn't happen. And so the last thing you want to do is try to find things when the sky's falling. So if you can be proactive now, if you're not in this situation, start documenting things so you know how to put your hands on them. And that documentation is able to help you tell a story or to keep track of things so that you're not just being busy, but you're being productive.
But I'm trying to be type A in this job search. I'm about to also get on that altar. All right, I'm about to holler at my ancestors. I'm about to holler at my ancestors because I'm not gonna be able to do this by myself. I'm not gonna do it by myself. I can't do it by myself. And then I'm also going to have a brownie, baby. I stopped at Jimmy John's and got me one of them good ass brownies, and I'm definitely gonna eat that thing with some ice cream. It is 9:37 in the morning. I don't even give a damn. Okay, I'm about to eat that brownie. I'm gonna eat that whole ass brownie. I'm also probably gonna make myself some crawfish fries so I can eat my feelings. I am okay with that.
Okay, she's also realizing she has to get out of her comfort zone. Knowing yourself is the best person to know. A lot of us don't know that. So when things change and you have to make moves, you'll have to get out of your comfort zone in order to do different things. And I alluded to it earlier, but here's the deal. Trouble don't last always. And it's a blessing for a lot of you out there that may think that where you come from is a negative. What I mean by that is this: when you come from not a lot, things like this don't shake you to where you want to jump off of a roof. No disrespect. So embrace those things because you're able to internalize it, because trouble don't last always, but we got to get moving. I don't talk to the ancestors. I talk to God. I read the scriptures. Whatever you do, you have to have that place where you could get grounded so you could get some peace and be able to think clearly and move ahead, right? And then, there's a time and a season for everything. She gonna eat her feelings, but doesn't look like she gonna stay there forever. A lot of us are camped out, wallowing in the mud. If you gotta cry, cry, but then we gotta move. If you gotta eat, then we gotta move. You can't stay in one spot because it will only make things worse. So ain't she good? I like her, boy. And I can tell she from where I'm from. They got that flavor. But let's get back into it.
The good things I have going for myself, I have a thriving YouTube channel. Okay, it's been monetized for some time now. It ain't no substantial nothing, but every little bit helps. Okay, on my last day, I'm gonna apply for unemployment to see how long that takes. Cause I live in Louisiana, child. They just might tell me I don't know. I don't know, child. I don't know. And then I'm also going to I'm gonna get a drink probably. I don't know. I'm gonna really lean into making content because I really enjoy that, and especially because my content is monetized on one platform. I'm really close to getting monetized on this platform, so I'm gonna try to work on that. And I'm gonna also, watch the righteous gemstones. I'm gonna just laugh at some white folks. You know what I'm saying? What can I do? What can I do? I'm out here skating without a stick. So y'all be cool how y'all be cool, and send your girl some good vibes in the comments, and I'll keep y'all posted.
So thank you very much for the very sage, calm, realistic advice. As we wrap the video up, I want to give you some tangible things that you should do if you're a homeowner and you've been laid off or you have fears of being laid off. You want to, number one, communicate with who? Your servicer. That's the place in which you're making your payment. So get that mortgage statement and reach out to them, and don't be ashamed. That shame feeling is what gets a lot of people in trouble. You want to be proactive, just like she was saying from the gate, on the things that you need to do, right? So you call the servicer, you let them know your situation. Back to that documentation thing. This is where you supply the things that can paint or tell the story that you're going through. Now, a lot of servicers and people today will say, well, you know what? I don't see any late payments or anything of that nature, because they tend to not want to offer you the forbearance. That's number two, the forbearance assistance that's available, especially if you have government insured loans, FHA, VA, USDA. Conventional is a little different, but you still want to communicate, document your situation so that if you start falling behind, you've already started the process and let them know so that they can work with you. Okay. Now, the third thing I would say is this: if you get to a point where hey, I might have to leave this home. It's a liken to people that I talk with credit scores. First of all, it's not a knock against you. And too many times, again, we're too concerned about the outside, but at the end of the day, they don't pay your bills. So this too shall pass. I like to say it this way: don't go down with the ship. And in the market that we're in now, although you might hear a lot of things, and you may even see some videos on this channel to get your attention talking about the housing market and it's about to be a bust. Don't really agree with that, especially if you bought your house prior to 2022. You're probably sitting on a lot of equity. So because you're being proactive and you started the forbearance process by documentation, if that's not going to work, and again, you have fears of you might have to move or leave that house, don't succumb to these wholesalers that are going to steal your equity. You want to reach out to a lender that you know, like, and trust. Really get a good lay of the land to see what your options are there. Maybe there's a HELOC or a reconsolidation that you can do while you're biding the time. If not, you'll understand really where you are. Secondly, then you could approach your real estate professional and look to see, hey, how I can liquidate this property and prevent a foreclosure and negatively affecting my credit, taking the equity to live to fight another day, if that makes sense, while you get yourself back in shape. So those are the things that I want to leave with. If we could help you with any of those things, my contact information is in the pinned comment or the description below. The whole thing is this: trouble don't last always. Deal with the initial shock, hold your head up, be proactive. And like she said, I didn't really focus on it, but you got to have multiple streams of income. If that's social media, whatever it is, get it going now, right? Because as she said, every little bit helps. I thank you for your time. Hopefully you could feel my heart when I make these videos, because I really care, really have a passion to help people. And so hold your head up. It'll get better. Trust me.